Before I start my talk, I would like to first of all clarify the following issues, and I would have wished I would have addressed these issues straight away after the prayer, because of some of the people which I have seen that they need to be addressed already had left. Number one, that when the prayer time comes in, let's say that the prayer time at the moment is 7:15. We find some people, they go to the front rows, whether it's the first or the second, and they would stand up and they're waiting for the clock to be 15. The clock is not our Imam. The Imam is the Imam. Meaning, I may not stand up until I see the Imam is in the leadership. For verily, standing up like that would put pressure. And remember, the Imam is not the clock. And that is why I'm always against the clock in the front there, even though it's in this masjid. This clock in the front is actually would disturb the people. Not only that, the people will just time themselves every time they want to start the prayer. They look at it and they're watching that minute thing. When it goes to 15, they stand up, even there is no Imam. So who is the Imam now? Is the clock. Number two, if the person is not really keen about the prayer, he would time the Imam. You've been 6 minutes, 20 seconds, brother. Too much. Why? Because he keeps looking at the clock. So the clock is supposed to be at the back. And this is, I have to say it, because Shaykh Al-Albani rahimahullah, whenever he sees something wrong there, he would address it. There was a clock in the masjid, which is a ticking clock. Tick, tick. Every time the person prays, he's ticking with it. Number two, there are some people who were praying, and I could really hear their munajah, which is their talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the prayer. This prayer is between you and your Lord. You're not allowed to say anything that was audible to the next neighbor. It was audible to me, which is in front, even up front. Really, there's a distance between me and the people behind me. And could still people saying, that's not right. Person is making munajah with his Lord. Even some of the people, they were raising their voices so loud when they are making the takbir, Allahu Akbar, behind me, or the tabligh here or something. So, as well, this is another issue to be addressed. Third one, which is regarding as well some of the people, they're praying the sunnah after the Isha. It is from the sunnah, brothers, especially the one with the beards, to pray your sunnah at home. It is not to offer the prayers in the masjid. And you are the people who are the beards, setting an example for the people. Pray your sunnah at the house, not in the masjid. So from the sunnah, to pray your sunnah where? At home, not in the masjid. The masjid here is only for the obligatory. The masjid here for tahiyyat al-masjid. The masjid here, if you have made wudu in the masjid, you want to pray to sunnah for the wudu, or to sunnah for tahiyyat al-masjid. But it's not for the sunnah which is afterwards. Unless you're not from here, you're a person who is not, your home is not close, and you're going to be maybe staying for a bit of time. You want to start with your sunnah in case you're going to sleep. But always don't designate the masjid for the sunnah. So this is as well, inshallah, another issue. Fifth one, for you as well, scattered. I don't know how many students of knowledge and how many scholars they told you, the way that you're sitting is not from the sunnah. So everybody get closer, jazakumullah khairan, fill up the gaps. The one at the back, we are not sitting in a cafeteria here, brothers, sucking hookah pipe or hubbly bubbly. That is something else. In the masjid, you get closer, and that's very important, because when we do that, we're going to gain the sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ, he admonished the companions only once. He said to them, "Ma li arakum izin." Why I see you scattered? They got together so close from each other that there was no gap.